What is up to another video here, guys? I'm here with my 2017 GT350. I'm on a top secret road here in Southern California. We're up in the clouds. It's a perfect road to truly test the capabilities of the GT350. Except I won't really be doing that because you should just take it to a track, and I've taken this to the track and it's absolutely insane. So when another track day rolls around, I'll be taking you guys with me. But today, I want to kind of give you guys my 2-year update of owning this car. I owned it about 2 years as of like 2 weeks ago. I've put about 30,000 miles on it, and it has had its ups and its downs. I want to discuss both of them to you and why I still think it is the best sounding American V8 on the market, or was on the market. I guess today's, it's a off topic, another video for that. But I think this is one of the best American V8s that has ever been produced. And it's honestly probably one of the least American V8s ever produced. I'm gonna go over why, give you guys a brief tour, and then of course show you my opinions and why I think the GT350 truly is one of the best American V8s and one of the best Mustangs ever created. Let's go check it out. Starting off, the GT350 just has such a presence to it. There's a reason why so many 5.0s and EcoBoost transfer over to the GT350 front end. One of my favorite design aspects of this bumper is you have these plastic, I don't know, like fender grills that go all the way up from the top of the car and they just go all the way down. It gives it a really nice, aggressive style to it that automatically differentiates it from any other Mustang on the road. Now, I have done quite a few things to this, minus the decals, minus the amazing, huge shout out to the help from Falcon Tires. Besides all of that, we have the Heritage wheels. These are 20s, which honestly I recommend if you're going to go to the track or something, pick up a set of 19s or even better yet, 18s. But that's a whole nother story right there. These have been amazing, and it's probably an interesting setup as far as all the other GT350 owners would say. But again, this car has been amazing. I've also used and abused it. It has definitely been driven. First of all, the front lower lip is kind of hanging off there, which I need to fix that in a couple seconds. This car has just been incredible in its 2 years. Let's get behind the wheel and better discuss what I think the future plans for this are and what I would do if you were looking to buy one right now. Starting off, you're gonna get a lot of hate with this car regardless. It's kind of like the black sheep of the Mustang family. To people that know, it's just not a 5.0, and they think the 5.2 isn't as capable. They sometimes just don't like the sound of it. So you're gonna have issues there. The people who don't know think it's just an overpriced, oh my goodness, all the distractions today. And to the people that don't know, it's just another 5.0 that's overpriced. Maybe they know about the transmission, but at that point, I doubt it. So in their mind, it's just a 5.0 with a Shelby badge. So you're going to be constantly fighting those, telling them it's either a 5.2, in which they don't know what that is. They don't know the sound difference. They don't know anything about that. And then the people who just don't like it. And I'll be honest, it's because it's not an American engine. Everybody, I feel like, knows the story at this point, but if you don't, basically Ford, oh wow, we got raindrops. Basically Ford bought a 458 Ferrari, took apart the engine, and reconstructed it into this motor. And this is the only Mustang that got that motor. Yes, you could argue the Predator motor and the GT500 is sort of the same, but it's a cross-plane crank, and it's supercharged, and it's really nothing alike, even though you'll have people that will tell you it is. So don't be fooled there. The GT350 really is like one of a kind, and I think it's the fact that it is one of a kind that makes it such a black sheep in the Mustang family. Personally, I think this is going to be a future $100,000 six-figure car. But again, like all great things, it takes time to marinate, and it's not going to officially be, you know, the greatest out of the box. But again, the people that know, the people that have accepted it already, it is truly already a GOAT, which is insane to me that it's only, well, I say only, it's 7 years old now, which it doesn't feel like it. And in my mind, it's the GOAT. I've never been a Mustang person. I've never been a, you know, just that sound. I don't know how you could not like it. It's also a new road for me today. It was recommended by a bunch of people. So, honestly, I think while the prices are still low, and they keep coming up every year, back up I should say, because they were over MSRP for so long. Just that sound. I think if you're able to buy one and you're thinking about buying one, do it within the next year or two. Ford, as far as we know it, is not going to renew the Shelby badge, or Shelby license, I should say. So we're not going to see another Ford Shelby. I think Ford is so proud of its Ford Performance division that they would rather it go from just the door sill on the GT350 to the name brand that you're going to call it. They don't want to give credit, which, to be fair, this is not a Shelby. And again, if you don't know that already, this is made in Michigan, Dearborn, or I'll have to look up the exact specifics of where. It's a hand-built motor, but not by Shelby. Unless you go and get some stage tune package by them, Shelby will never lay a hand on this car. Which is unfortunate and unfortunate, to be honest. Shelby does great work, but I don't think they could have gotten this car out of that facility. It would have been another tuned 5.0, and Ford didn't want that. This also helps because Ford wanted a homologation car for their GT4 series that got the 5.2. So it's basically the same motor. Granted, I think it got a different block. It got like an aluminum block. But again, this car is going to be six figures one day. Yes, maybe the 350Rs and the Heritage Editions will be a bit more, but you're lying to yourself if you think that this won't be joining them as well. Absolutely incredible car. I will say, the people that, you know, modify them like extensively, good on you, I guess. I could never. That will be our segue into reliability. And if you don't know, I'm hoping maybe I'm catching you and I'm telling you the honest truth before you buy it, so you don't end up like me and so many others where you hear Ford and you're like, it won't be not reliable, right? There's no way. It's a Ford. Of course it'll be reliable. Well, I have some sad news for you. And news that, you know, owners like myself don't really want to admit. The 5.2 is not without its issues. Personally, and if you were looking at buying one, I would avoid the 2016s altogether. That's not necessarily because of the motor. I have a 2017, and I'll get to that in a second. The 2016s got everything split up into different packages. Compared to the rest of them, 2017 on, all the performance stuff is standard. So really the only options I get in a 2017 is three. You have the technology package, which gets the bigger screen and the subwoofer, the seats, which are like this, and the, I think they're called like the Heritage Edition stripes. So this one is a factory stripeless car, so you get the painted black roof. But the other option was stripes. They were just vinyl stripes, and a lot of people end up taking them off. And you can actually tell that it was originally a striped car because it does not have a painted roof. The options that the 2016 you have to be really sure to check off is they came with some sports package. I'll have to look up what the exact name of it is called, and I'll put it, you know, around here. But it didn't come with certain coolers. It didn't come with a extra trans cooler. It didn't come with an extra diff cooler, whereas that became standard on all the years later. Now, the big one, and this is where I would say if you're really looking at buying one, try to buy a last quarter, like Q4 2018 and up. That will get the Gen 2 Voodoo. And let me tell you why you need a Gen 2 Voodoo. This car has a Gen 2 Voodoo. You might be asking, Ian, it's a 2017. How does it have a Gen 2 Voodoo? Well, let me take you back to SEMA 2022. Wow, it's been a couple years. Where I had the fortunate opportunity to blow my motor in Vegas. Ian, it's a Ford motor. How did you blow? You must have been doing something awfully stupid. No. So Gen 1 motors have a horrible oil burning problem. Even the Gen 2s, if you really beat on it, so far, knock on wood. But the Gen 1s have a horrible oil burning issue. I went through about 5 quarts of oil in about 2-3 days with my GT350 in Vegas. Absolutely insane. Awful oil burning issue, especially if you're in Vegas. So yeah, I was able to limp it home. I didn't have to necessarily tow it home or anything, so I've never really 100% been broken down with it, which is good. But the Gen 2s are a little less prone to that. That happened about at 20,000 miles. I am now at 26,000 miles on the new motor, and it's been okay. I've heard issues with the Gen 2 motors as well. I have yet to personally experience in them. So oh, Ian, it's just the motor. Most expensive part, by the way. Oh, by the way, I would also make sure you get a warranty. 110%. That's what I got. Replaced the whole motor for $200, which is insane. Because the factory, these motors are about 22 grand. And then labor and everything ends up being over $30,000 after said and done. Which, it has to be one of the most expensive motors on the market that's not like a Ferrari or some shit. It's crazy. But that's because it's a hand-built motor. I don't know how much longer they're going to make these motors, so maybe when the warranty's up, I'll just buy an extra motor just, you know, just in case, because that would suck. But yeah, make sure you get a Gen 2. That's all I'm saying. Amazing cars. I don't want to hate on these cars because you can't, at least in my mind. Now, again, if you're going to modify it, personally, get a Dark Horse, or if you like the S550s, get a Mach 1. The Mach 1s have the Tremec transmission and the 5.0, which handle power great. Or if you really want to go fast, get the 10R80 automatic, call it a day. Personally, I love this engine more than anything. If you're going to love the engine more than anything, buy the GT350. End of story. Full stop. Starting to clear up, which is cool. Downshifted the second. All right. So, there must be other things than just the engine, right? Correct. So, another problem I've been having, and this isn't exclusive to GT350s, I've heard among other Ford owners about the same stuff, but I have an AC issue. I'm on my third compressor. The compressor just explodes. And sometimes, like my last compressor, it'll take out all the belts with it. So that's fun. I currently have no AC in the car, which is why there's a window down. So that's fun. Make sure you're prepared for that. Hopefully you don't live anywhere too hot like California or anything. But I make do. Luckily, we're over with the heat wave, so it's like really nice outside. It's like 60, 70 right now up here in the top secret canyon roads. I do not like this car. So yeah, get ready for that as well, because it will be more than just the engine. But again, I can't recommend this car enough. If you're just ready for it, you got to treat it like an exotic car. That brings me to my conclusion, honestly. It is a very un-American car. You really have to treat it more like an exotic. You got to check the oil all the time. You got to take it to a specialty Ford dealership. I wouldn't just take it to any Ford dealership. They're not paying me to say this, but Ford of Upland is my go-to place. They get cars shipped in across the country. You'll see stuff there from Illinois, Ohio, all over the place, just because they do about 20 to 30 GT350 engine replacements a month. That's insane. Now, take that with a negative or a positive. Take it a positive that the Ford of Upland dealership knows what they're talking about. Take it with a negative that they have to do so many engine swaps in the GT350. So, take that with a grain of salt. I'll let you guys decide with that information what you want to do. To kind of close out the video here, I got some huge news. Well, one thing, the big news has been pushed back almost half a year, which sucks, but with all due time, it'll be awesome. I can't wait for it to happen. The other news that I can talk about, I will be driving my 2017 GT350, this one that I'm driving right now, all the way across the country. We are going to do Cali to Carolina, and that's going to be an incredibly fun drive. I already got some amazing people willing to help out with that, so I am incredibly excited to make it happen. Now, if you are a sponsor watching this and you want to join the fun, send me an email. All my information will be in the description below. If you guys want to help out any way possible, of course, hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment for what car you want to see next. I got some other cars lined up this coming week. Not just my own, of course, because it's really easy to film with your own cars. Not easy to schedule stuff in. So we got more stuff coming in this week. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is my GT350. I love it. If this deterred you away from a GT350, maybe it just wasn't meant to be. If this sold you on it, welcome to the club. This thing is amazing. Sounds good. Maybe I'll leave you guys with a little clip of us driving down. Man, just can't get over this car, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This intro has gone on for long enough. Take care, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye.